The scratching sound came from behind the wall. Jamie sighed, knowing it was just the neighborhood cat trying to get in again. He turned the television up to drown out the noise. It was an old TV, the kind with the rabbit ears antenna. He'd found it on the curb a few weeks ago, free to a good home. The picture was a little fuzzy, but the sound was surprisingly good, and it was better than the tinny sound coming from his laptop speakers. So he'd been watching this channel for days. He was starting to get a little scared. The static on the screen was taking on a life of its own. He could almost swear he was seeing faces in the snow. Some of them looked like they were reaching out to him, begging him to turn the set off, but he couldn't bring himself to do it. What if he missed something important, like one of those nature shows he loved would be showing a blue chicken or something? But then, right at 3:14 a.m., the TV went black, and a girl appeared on the screen. She was sitting on what looked like a stone ledge. Her skin was very pale, almost white, and her long, dark hair was covering her face. He could see one of her eyes. It was staring directly at him. She opened her mouth like she was going to scream, but all he heard was a whisper, a raspy whisper that sounded like, "Help me." He hit the mute button on the remote control, but the girl's lips kept moving. She wasn't making any noise, but he could clearly see her mouth forming words. He got up and walked over to the TV. Her head was now turned to the side, and she was looking down at her lap. Then she turned back to him and raised her head. Her mouth still moving, he hit the power button. The screen went black, but her image remained. She was now standing directly in front of the TV, staring directly at him. Her eyes were wide and filled with terror. Her mouth was open, but she wasn't saying anything. She took a step toward him, and then another. He screamed and took a step back. She fell to her knees and reached out to him. Her fingers were long and bony, and they looked like they hadn't seen daylight in a long time. "Help me," she rasped, her voice sounding like fingernails on a chalkboard. "Please help me." He stumbled back, hitting the power button again. This time he turned the set off at the plug. The room was filled with static. And when he turned on the light, there was nothing on the screen. But as he looked closer, he saw her. She was sitting on the edge of the TV, her legs dangling a few inches above the ground. Her eyes were wide and innocent, almost hypnotic. "Help me," she whispered, her voice barely audible. "I want to come out." He stared at her, unable to move, unable to speak. And as she reached out to him, he felt a strange sense of calm come over him. Maybe it was the end of the world, he thought. Maybe this was how it ended, not with a bang, but with a whimper. He took a deep breath and reached out to her, wanting to help, needing to help, even though he knew he shouldn't.